Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So let's talk about how we can fix the island. Now I feel like this year might be a wash, but if we don't tell them how we feel about the mode, then they're never going to change it. And if people buy stuff outright and go nuts in the mode, they're going to be like, oh yeah, see, people don't care. They're going to buy stuff anyway. I feel like we're on a slippery slope here, and if we're not careful, this will be the downfall of the franchise. So I made a list of things that I personally think need fixing for the mode to make it another marquee mode in the franchise. Let's get to it. Alright, number 1. Higher the virtual currency earned from both PvP and story matches. Currently, I believe you only earn about 150 to 200 VC per match. That's story matches, because I haven't played PvP. Some objectives you complete or some milestones you reach, like by leveling up, you get more. They have the daily challenges that sometimes give you extra. They have the weekly challenge that gives you extra. Like I think the weekly one gives you 1,000, which still is nothing considering how much stuff costs in the stores. So if you're going to make this VC thing the only way to do pretty much anything in the mode, you got to up it. Now I'm not talking about like having a double XP weekend. You can do that too. But you really need to increase the virtual currency earned and not make it such a grind. This is Ubisoft and EA level stuff of scumminess. Like I feel like this it just feels intentional. Maybe Visual Concepts did this intentionally because they don't want the mode in the game either. Like this can basically take over and screw the entire creation suite by locking every new creation part behind the mode and forcing people to spend money or grind in this one mode, and then nobody's going to play the other modes, and they'll see that, oh, people aren't playing those other modes anymore, so I guess we'll just keep putting stuff into the island. That's the slippery slope. It's like, uh-oh, no, we want universe mode. The only reason we're playing the island is to get these creation parts that we can't customize. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. So anyway, higher the virtual currency earned would be great. It'd be a good first step for players. Respecting their time, you know. Number 2, add exhibition matches versus PC, the PC player, the NPC, for those who want to grind matches to level up. Higher the difficulty for more VC. So let's say, currently you can only earn VC by playing the story mode, and then that's over and you can't do anything else unless you play PvP. So for those of us that don't like PvP, it'd be nice if there were some sort of exhibition matches that you could play, or live event matches or something, where you can still earn VC while we wait for the next story segment, correct? Because once you get through all the story stuff, if you're not a competitive player or don't care about playing online, you're done with the mode until they update it again, right? And you can't earn anything virtual currency wise, and we have to wait. So if they have new challenges per day, you can't do them unless you do them in PvP. So you're kind of stuck, and it kind of kills the mode, right? So it needs some sort of exhibition matches, and they could set it up to where if you do on easy, you only get like 50 VC. If you do it on normal, you get like 150 to 200. Well, I would say up to like, 300. And if you do it on legendary, you get 500 to 800, right? I feel like that would make up for everything. And besides, if you play on legendary, and your wrestler's stats are 74 like it is right now, and you haven't spent money on it, it's going to be really, really hard to win those matches at the beginning. So in a way, you're incentivizing people to spend virtual currency and stuff. So there is that. So I'm just saying, like, give us more, respect our time, because this mode is a complete wash currently. Number 3, basically to piggyback, all these things kind of piggyback off each other. So let's go to the next thing. Untie virtual currency being the only way to level up your character. Make it an option. So having virtual currency be the only way to increase your stats currently is a big no-no to me. So you could play 1,000 matches against other people, and even though you can use the virtual currency that you earn from those matches, it's not going to be enough to really max out your character or make your created character viable in a ranked match. You're really putting people at a disadvantage that don't have disposable income. this pretty much defeats the entire purpose of the PvP part of the mode. PvP, I can't talk. So have some sort of like experience system where you can rank up normally from like basically like my faction has my faction points and virtual currency. For the island, have the island points and then the virtual currency. So you can do either or. I feel like that's probably the end goal, but they made everything virtual currency, and it just kind of like it just seems really, really scummy. The whole thing is designed to empty your pockets, essentially. So some sort of way to level up your wrestler stats in particular in order to not have to use VC only. That's the whole point of that. Okay. Number 4, allow full customization for any and all creation parts unlocked on the island. It's crazy that you can't. So I think this is a bug because during one of the missions for Xavier Woods, you get this cool like video game power armor, the thing you're seeing in the background right now, whatever I have playing in the background. And it's cool that armor's free, but during the mission, during the progression of the mission, Dakota Kai says, feel free to change the color to whatever you want. So that leads me to believe, based off that one sentence, that the creation parts are supposed to be able to be changed color-wise and be able to customize it by adding logos and all sorts of crap to it. Maybe they just didn't have time to finish that. So the game officially launches on Friday. I hope that's one of the first patches they do, because otherwise there's no point in these creation parts. Other than the hairstyles that you can change the color of, everything I've bought on the island, I've bought about 10 things with the currency that came with the Bloodline Edition, which is like half of it, because the stuff is so much. You can't change the color. And that cool armor that you're seeing right now in the background can't change the color either. So that has to be a glitch. So I hope they fix that. All right. Number 5. Instead of a picture text box taking the entire screen like a visual novel, just have a text box show up on the normal screen while the NPC sits there moving their mouth like they are talking. So this kind of takes you out of the experience, and it makes it feel like it's a last gen old game. It doesn't feel like this new marquee mode. Is when you go to talk to an NPC, like let's say Xavier Woods or whatever, and you go to activate a mission or you're trying to progress the story, it takes you to like this weird background and like a still image of each character, and they're like, you know, they do these different poses and that's it, and it's just like this picture, kind of like a visual novel. So what I think they should do is just get rid of that and just have the normal NPC character standing there with their normal animation and just go blah 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 blah. I feel like that would keep you in the experience, and it wouldn't seem like it's such like what's going on. They probably couldn't do that because of the multiple choice, which has no bearing on what happens. So maybe that's why they did it, but I don't know. I feel like this whole mode is just, it's in beta. This whole thing feels like a big beta to me, and it's just, it just needs a lot of fixing. It just, they got a lot of work to do for the next year's game if they're going to try to do this again. Otherwise, nobody will touch the mode, or maybe not the game either. All right, number 6. Fast travel system. As they add stuff to the mode, either add a map and a fast travel or speed up the walking speed. Because currently, let's say you want to go to a store that's all the way on the other side of the map, right? Or there's a mission all the way on the other side of the map. You have to like very slowly jog over there, and it just takes forever. And I know that's the whole point of a free roaming mode, but let's say you've been to certain spots already, you've discovered it, just like in every other game that has an open area. You should be able to fast travel to all the shops. You should be able to fast travel to the wrestle zones, the cool, arenas and stuff like that. You should have to walk everywhere unless you're doing missions and stuff. Over time, that's going to get old. That's going to get old real fast, and that'll rank up the playtime. That's probably another reason why they did it. Or maybe they did it because it'll crash and people are teleporting all over the place. But yeah, so just some sort of mini map even would help. because sometimes I get lost even though the island's tiny, and once you've played on it enough, you just know where everything's at. It's just when you're first starting out, you're like, okay, where the hell is that? And you kind of try to get your bearings and stuff. I would love a fast travel system for the shops, especially, because you have to walk all the way physically to the shops. It's like, okay, I want this thing. Now I want to go check this other shop real quick, and it's all the way on the other side, and it takes a minute to get there. And sometimes it crashes when you finally try to load in there. So just have some sort of fast travel system would be nice. Number 7, lower the cost of creation parts if they are going to have so many. Now, I've seen other YouTubers say, oh, there's not that many parts in there. There's quite a few, considering how much they're charging for it. And you know they're going to add more. If you go to the arcade district, there are a couple shops in there that aren't open yet. You can see Kairi Sane's shop that's not open. There's a bunch of other things in there that aren't open. So they are going to add more shops to this island. There's a bunch of little cafes and everything. This is going to be like a huge social hub, and they're going to add a ton of new shops, a ton of new items over the course of the game. This is just the launch items that cost a lot of money. So just imagine we're getting pretty close to 2K26, and we have, let's say, $5,000 worth of creation parts in the mode. That could happen. That could very well happen. So be very careful with that mode. Don't waste all your money, because when the next game comes out, and when they shut the servers down for 2K25, I don't think you'll lose those modes, or I mean the creation parts for the offline mode that you've unlocked, but you might. Everything tied to that island mode, if they shut down the server, might be lost in the creator wrestler also. You know, when you think about it, it could break the game. Like when they shut the servers down for 2K25, 2-3 years from now, and you go in there and you try to play it, or obviously the island will be shut off. What if you have a bunch of wrestlers with island parts? Are those parts still available for that, or does it have to do some sort of check-in? See, that's another rabbit hole you have to think about that mode. Hopefully they've planned for that. Like, because otherwise the game is totally useless after 26 comes out, and we all just wasted, for those of us about the Bloodline edition, $150. You see what I'm saying? Like, they're really going to damage the franchise, and the trust of the players if they're not careful with this mode. So anyway, that's just one man's thoughts. So next thing is number 8, more match types for PvP. 1v1 is not enough to do such a mode, or to do in such a mode, especially with no exhibition versus the CPU. So if you're trying to turn this into a PvP competitive mode, you got to have more match types. Right now they only have 1v1, and I think it's only normal, right? I haven't tried it. Oh, well, no, it does have extreme rules. I remember seeing that in there, because each arena has like a thing, but you can't pick what match type, you can't pick anything. They need to change that. They need to add in stuff, and I think they will over the course of the year. This is just the beginning to test out the mode, because it's literally in beta. That's how it feels. So we'll see what they add. I doubt they'll add like tag team matches and stuff like that, because when it comes to ranked, you kind of want the 1v1 thing, right? If you want multi-man matches, you're going to want to go play in the lobby system on the normal menu, not in the island mode. But for competitive play, for rank play, you're going to just want 1v1. That's what most people do. So I don't think we're going to get any multi-man matches. We might get triple threats and stuff like that. But like I said, when it comes to ranked play, 1v1 is what I think they're going to stick to. All right. Number 9. Make parts unlock for both male and female creator wrestlers. So for me, I unlocked a couple face paints and gear for my male wrestler, and when I went to go use it on the female wrestler, I noticed that those exact parts were still locked. Hopefully this is a glitch, because otherwise whatever it costs to do everything on one playthrough is doubled, because now you have to unlock everything for both the male and female star. So not only does it double the grind, it also doubles the cost. And if that's the case, right here, that's they're done. They're cooked. That's the end of the mode for me. Anyway, so you make sure all the parts that are available for both male and female unlock for both. Because, yeah, you're on a slippery slope there. You're already on a slippery slope. Now you've jumped off the slope. All right, number 10. More taunts, emotes in the lobby. So when you're walking around in the lobby and you can only do like, what, 2 taunts and stuff like that, it'd be cool if they added like a emote bar, because the whole point of this mode is to be social with your friends and have fun. You need more emotes. You need more stuff to do while you're waiting for your buddy to get ready for his matches, stuff like that. So just some more little touches in there to make it more fun. I'm sure they'll add that down the road. They'll probably charge for it too. Here are some emotes or taunts that you can buy. Like I said, they're turning this into a free-to-play model, but it's not free-to-play. Have we learned nothing from the last, like, 4 years of layoffs, closures, and companies just going under? I don't know what's going on with this company. And last but not least, number 11, full featured creator wrestler support. Every part available in offline mode, also available online. It's stupid that it's not. Now, I'm guessing they had to do it in such a way to where it wouldn't bog down the servers, because if everybody's sitting there for 2 hours making the wrestler on the server, then that's an issue. Hopefully next year we get to a point where we can import our wrestlers. So anyway, so this is just one man's thoughts on what needs fixing for the island. Feel free to add your stuff down below. I know I kind of rambled on quite a bit. If you watched this far, thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Man, this mode needs work.